also agree with me that when a political party is registered, it is a public entity? Yes or no?
And a public good.
And a public good. Good. You were on camera saying that you were promised $5 million before you left the party leadership. Is that correct?
Why was this, sir?
No, I'm asking, is that correct? You were promised $5 million or not?
I'm not aware of that.
You're not aware.
Yeah.
That's okay, that's the answer I want. Is it also true that you were selling this political party?
No, sir.
You were not selling it.
Political parties are never sold.
I never sold.
And there is no supermarket in Kampala that can identify that a political party can be sold.
That's all right. That's correct.
In any case, you may want to ask from those colleagues overwards whether they bought a political party.
I'm not cross-examining them. I'm cross-examining them. Now, where do you reside?
Currently,
Yes, currently.
I've been in Mbale.
You've been in Mbale. Do you have a residence in Mbale?
Where is security? Let's reserve it.
He has mentioned already.
Let's leave it at that.
All right. For how long have you resided in Mbale? I will not go to whether you intend to continue.
2 weeks now.
For 2 weeks. And that you have been under the protection of security. True, false?
Well,
Yes, no.
I've been under state program.
You've been under state protection.
Yes, sir.
It's hurriedly. Without adequate consultation.
Yes, sir, because I didn't read even the content of it.
Okay. So the second one, which was prepared by Barunji, by Gun and Company advocates, you had consulted. And this time you were sent. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where did you sign it from? PM. This time earlier than the original affidavit. You signed another affidavit before another lawyer. Does that propel your credit as an old man?
Well, it was a critical moment that, when I consulted, I was advised that you made a mistake by signing the first affidavit, and the lawyers actually warned me never ever to sign any legal document which is without reading the body.
Incidentally, thank you for that information, but that's not my question. The question rotates on date and time. You signed an affidavit on 14th of September at 8 p.m. Immediately after signing that hurriedly, you proceeded to Kayunga and returned after 2 days. But still on the same date at 4 p.m., presumably before you signed the affidavit drafted by Rupaga and Company advocates, you signed a retracting affidavit at your hotel on the same date, earlier than the original affidavit, which is which?
My lord, there are those affidavits these people are talking about, and the documents they are talking about are from Rupago and Company advocates. I don't know Rupago and Company advocates.
The ones you signed at the
They were brought to me in a private place.
So now the question is asking you,
But
is another document of the same date? Is referring to another affidavit of the same date. The question was just around that. Not about which lawyer. You're the same person?
because
The other one you signed while going to Kayunga?
being talked about, I have no relationship, nothing to do with that law firm. Therefore, when I was advised to retract the affidavit that is talking about. It's a surprise for me because were made in the
The question
company.
is not about lawyers. It's about the documents you sign. Now, if you signed one earlier, how would you have retracted later? You signed the other later, but now the one retracting is earlier. That's the question he's asking.
The documents without knowing the content, without knowing without even having the background of
Get to the content. When did you sign? You see, he's pushing you towards one of the two must be a lie. You're either telling a lie on the other one, or you're telling a lie on this one.
Or a lie in court.
Where is the truth? That's what he's trying to establish. If you're saying I signed at 8, how come you signed this one at 4? It cannot be that at 8 you are signing, and then at 4 you had already signed something. So one of the two there must be a lie somewhere. So between the two, where's the lie? That's the question he's asking.
Now, all I remember is signing a third page of a document which is now being called an affidavit.
Yes, okay.
Without, yes, at 8, without signing these documents, was called Louis Rubongoya.
Good. He's the one you've been referring to as your colleague. Correct?
Yes, because he's a colleague within a political party.
He's your colleague in your party.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. So you sign at 8.
Yes, sir.
But then there is the retracting affidavit, which you had signed at 4 p.m. before you signed this last page. How do you explain the timing? And from signing this particular last page, you rushed to Kayunga
No.
for 2 days.
Me, I was not so particular about the dates or timing of these two affidavits.
You have been particular, it came from you.
I was not so particular on that particular document
On the
that
time.
I signed.
Okay.
All I remember is that by around 8 p.m., I was approached by a group of lawyers at Bukoto.
Very good.
At Bukoto, they gave me a document to sign, but the document only contained
That is understood,
the
sir.
last what? Without reading through.
Mr.
Now I left this possibility.
And it was retracting what was in the original one.
Yes.
By this time, did you know what the contents of the original one, which you signed after Lewis were called? Did you know the contents, sir?
I didn't know the content because I didn't read it. That's what I've told
But
court.
you were still retracting the contents.
I just signed the last page of that affidavit.
Do you know where this affidavit of Barungi and Waingana was drafted from?
I don't know.
Were you there when they were drafting it?
No, when they just brought when it was
Prepared.
prepared with the facts that I happened to read through before I
And
paid
you
my
confirmed
signature.
them.
Yeah.
Well, my lord, for the good of court and time, I will leave the question for now on this. May I say that you are a horrendous liar? Would I be right to say you're a liar? Or somewhere you have lied?
You've been wrong.
I would be wrong. Have you ever told a lie anywhere?
Not in my life.
Not in your life. So even when you were retracting contents of an affidavit you did not know, you were not telling a lie.
I wasn't.
Even when you were signing an affidavit, retracting another which you had not signed, you were not telling a lie. Under the Political Parties and Organizations Act, which you referred to gladly, particularly section 15(3), any political party or organization or any person which or who B furnishes information knowing it to be false in any material particular commits an offense and is liable on conviction
To 3 years.
for a period not exceeding 200 currency points or imprisonment not exceeding 2 years or both. You have confirmed on oath during cross-examination earlier that you submitted false returns knowingly. What do you have to say about the offense you committed?
Well, by the time we worked out these papers and minutes and the resolutions and whatnot, it wasn't clear to us. We didn't intend it. We didn't know we were bound to commit an offense. But we were fulfilling, we were fulfilling our statutory.
But you have been the hold of this position, is it?
Yes, sir.
How many years?
16.
16. You have an obligation towards filing returns, and you're not aware that when you file false returns, they attract the sanction.
Not,
Let's not reduce this one.
my lord, all documents, not all documents.
Because you hold of that position
Yes,
for
sir.
16 years.
Yes, sir.
You must know this act in and out.
Yes, sir.
Consequences, penalties, sanctions.
Yes,
You're
sir.
saying you're not aware that by making falsehoods, because you said you made false returns.
My lord,
It's an offense.
my lord,
The former police officer.
my lord.
See, sometimes what I don't want is you to go out celebrating that I put up a spirited fight in saying things you can constructed in the party.
My lord, politics in practice is far different in acts and actions.
But you're committing an offense.
Because
And you're supposed to be a leader. Why if your party goes through
what could have,
and you become a prime minister or a vice president?
my lord, what could have prompted that kind of thing is that we had negotiated with a team, another political team on their side, and they were supposed to facilitate us with the little money that would be given out to delegates in the form of lunch, tea break, and others, and then we were supposed to pay them a transport fund. But by the time we reached on that day of the project, of that meeting, delegates conference, our friends on the other party did not honor their promises. Now, you are,
That pushed you forward.
no, that pushed us to sit.
We rather commit offenses, but we have to get it.
No, because we had already notified the Electoral Commission, there are notices, there are other documents. Now, what we did was to sit 4 of us and made minutes of that particular meeting. We knew what the content of the minutes would be. We knew what our intention we intended with that particular meeting, so we wrote minutes. Not really that we were committing an offense, but we are bridging a gap.
But they're not allowed you to breach the law.
I think actually my lord, the question is, was he submitting returns that he knew to be false? Simple as that. Whether he knew the law is a different matter. As you submitted these returns, did you know they were false?
There's no
Did you know they were false?
difference to elect new office bearers. We were about 41 people who participated and elected the new office bearers unopposed, without proper delegates conference.
Give it to me.
Let me finish the paragraph.
Please go ahead.
We did all this in good faith and for the good of the party intended to keep the party alive.
Give it to me. This is the affidavit which was prepared by your lawyers, Barunji, and who? Bayingana. And that was 14th September 2020.
Yes, sir.
Now look at this one of 17th September 2020. Is that your affidavit also? look at the last page which has a signature, looking like yours. Is that your affidavit? Is that your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
Dated when?
Dated 17th day of September 2020.
Where did you sign it from?
I think this is the one I signed.
Where did you sign it from?
Rubaga Road.
Baga Road. At what time?
I think at around 4 p.m.
Around 4 p.m. Good. Let me show you the paragraph I want you to read for court. You are literate. Read paragraph 7b, which I have underlined for you.
The resolution and minutes of the extraordinary delegates